Auto Trader is awash with brand new pre-registered EVs at simply huge, insane discounts. Where can you grab one before they all disappear? Lease deals are getting almost to the point where they're going to be paying you. More importantly, should you look at these? Trump is trying to destroy EVs by dishing out tariffs like they're going out of fashion, but they are most definitely not. Is this a good time to be buying or leasing your first EV? And how about a bargain basement Tesla? Now Trump has put Honey Bear Musk in charge of all of America's beehives. Where can you find bargains here? I'm Dave. This is Dave Takes It On. Well, Tesla first. Don't expect to get a Tesla deal on Auto Trader. In fact, there's not a single one. There are Teslas advertised there, but every single one is brand new, unregistered, and at list price, no discounts, and each simply refers you to the nearest collection point. Sorry to rain on your parade. They are also all the old Model Ys, not the refresh. The refresh is actually available for order on the Tesla website, and there is just a single model, the Launch Series, at $60,990, making it the dearest in the range, but a bargain in my opinion nonetheless. It is preloaded with goodies, no options, you just get them all, and if you wanted those options, this model is much cheaper than specifying them separately. It's a bit like a Big Mac meal is always cheaper than ordering the burger, the fries and the cola separately. This is still an extremely popular EV, and the refresh model is likely to be even more popular. So let me very quickly touch on the barrage of comments we get begging or ordering me to denounce the devil incarnate Musk and ban all my viewers from having anything to do with him. My channel tests and reviews and comments on EVs and EV products and services and the companies offering them. The channel analyses news items and tries to identify what they mean for us, the EV buyers and drivers. It is, always has been and always will be completely neutral and will give accurate information and impartial advice. I launch videos based on my own findings without bias or influence. I do not take sides, nor will I pass on your opinions to my viewers, who in the most part already have their own. Nor will I ever reveal my own personally held opinions on this channel. I get loads of accusations of me being a Tesla fanboy. Most of these are people who are totally confused with my own complete satisfaction with my own Tesla over the entire 5 years I have owned it, and with the Tesla supercharger network and the service centres, and with the fact that the Model Y has ended up being the best-selling car in the entire world, and the Tesla EVs have ended up the best-selling cars in the entire world, and that the supercharger network is the best supercharging network in the entire world. Simple as that. But there are Tesla discounts to be had, as I've pointed out many times. Tesla operates a policy of continuous improvement and upgrades, simply never stops. A car that you might buy today will be different in many ways from the same model your neighbour buys even a week later. Many of those changes will be invisible, maybe a change of battery supplier or headlight unit or speaker, or more major or noticeable changes like chrome trim becoming black or different wheels or tyres. So the latest of the old models coming off the production lines this week are actually not old as such. But they obviously will not have the newest features and style included in the refresh model. For those that want them, you do need to wait. The launch edition is scheduled for delivery in May, but unless you're quick, the expected high demand will mean it is much more likely to be later. For those that can't wait, you can still order the old Model Y and just pay the list price. Many viewers are ordering and several have already used my referral code. Congratulations to those new Tesla owners. Remember, if you choose to buy your first Tesla, then using a referral code will get you £500 off the price, and the referrer gets £250 added to his or her Tesla account to use for charging or servicing, repairs, or in the shop. If you know someone who has a Tesla, ask them for their code. If you don't, use mine. It's down below in the description. It's free, and we both gain. Or the long-range single motor with 373 miles WLTP range and with the 19-inch wheels in white costs $46,990, while fitted with the 21-inch wheels, they seem to be the latest fad. Big wheels costs an additional £2,100, loses 22-mile range, making it $50,390. Long-range all-wheel drive, $49,090, and the Performers in white with the 21-inch Uber turbine wheels included drops range down to 319. That's $59,990. Each has its own merits. Strange in this case, the all-wheel drive long-range has 22-mile less range than the rear-wheel drive only, but lacks some of the refinement. The bargain, in my opinion, is the Refresh Launch Edition. I said it was fully loaded. It's nothing to do with being a fanboy. The entire world is predicting this could become even bigger than the model it replaces. That launch model includes black paint. That's normally £1,300 extra, or no additional cost, you could get Quicksilver. You get a tow hitch, normally £1,000. No choice, you just get it. Then you get the longer range, 353 miles WLTP, and the 20-inch Helix wheels, plus all the very latest refresh features like the ventilated seats, kids 8-inch touchscreen rear in the back, upgraded suspension, soundproofing, 8 exterior cameras, 15 speakers, and of course, second-generation hardware, plus powered rear seat backs and hands-free trunk opening, and an amazing host of other goodies. See, if you're already thinking of getting a Performance, $59,990, in black, that would cost you right now $61,290. That's £300 more than the Launch Edition. See what I mean? But you, of course, give up Performance. 0 to 60 time of that one is 3.5 seconds, compared to the Launch Edition is a leisurely 4.1 seconds. You also lose the bright red brake calipers, probably also the carbon fibre spoiler. Also, the Launch Edition will probably depreciate a bit faster. Well, it's entirely your choice. So we were talking about bargains. Tesla does have cars already made that are unsold. No! Once again, not hundreds or thousands of them. On offer today in the whole country, they're advertising just 27. And once again, no, most of them are not pre-registered. The highest mileage is just over 2,000, while the lowest, actually a demo vehicle, has 30 miles on the clock. Both of these registered in September 2024. The rest are all brand new unregistered. Because they are pre-configured, you take them or leave them. You can't have any options. And in return, you get a discount varying from $2,860 to, well, absolutely nothing. Some of them are just advertised here at list price and on Auto Trader at list price. Some of them are not yet even in stock. They're shown as in transit. Now, once again, people just simply conflate EVs worldwide, which are often really struggling to sell, with Tesla, which despite all are selling really well. China, the largest market in the entire world, saw Tesla sales up 25% last year. Tesla profit statement showed a healthy profit and a forecast for this year of a bumper year ahead. Dented certainly by the Trump tariffs, if they ever take effect. But those tariffs appear to be hitting the US market far more than the world market, and hitting American ICE legacy auto far more than EVs. Well, let's have a look at those tariffs in a bit more detail, because they do seem to be producing a certain amount of panic and hysteria, and we do need to take them with a massive pinch of salt. Well, the latest news as of the 4th of February, after crashing the stock market here and around the world, is that the tariffs are on hold for Canada and Mexico for 30 days. Possibly they're on for Europe, although they're actually on the phone right now, so they're probably also on hold for 30 days. And they're probably a non-starter at all for the UK, and Starmer is winging his way over there to grovel a lot in the very near future. Tariffs for China now exist, as do China tariffs in retaliation on the US of A. So, what's going on? Plot number one, Trump was never going to do them. They were just cover to apply additional tariffs on China, and those have now come into force. Smoking mirrors. Or should that be smoke and mirrors? But anyway. Plot number two, they were just negotiating tactics. Oh, the art of the deal and all that, to get the others to give him something. And it looks like he did get something, but By all accounts, he only got what Biden got last presidency without having to use any threats. Plot number 3. He's got absolutely no idea what he's doing as the tariffs he's proposed, those he has postponed, and those he has applied hurt America and specifically the legacy auto industry that he is supposed to be trying to make great again. And he's hardly dented the EV industry that he has stated he is trying to kill off. General Motors, Ford and Stellantis all have factories in Canada, Mexico and China. And they all have parts suppliers in all 3. And they all have an established supply chain in place in all 3. Various raw materials come in from all around the world. Many of them come from China and they land up in Mexico. Some of them are turned into parts, and those parts are then shipped off to, let's say, Canada, where they are then used, combined with other parts, to make bigger parts. And those bigger parts are then shipped back to Mexico, where yet more parts are added and machined, and they're shipped back to, well, you get the picture. Each time a part passes the border, it will, if the tariffs are ever enforced, attract a new tariff, and that will tot up real quick. Then the finished bit, whatever it might be, a fuel injector, a seat or a gearbox, gets shipped to the US and gets another final tariff. Well, estimates put that sum at about $3,000 additional per car. Now, forgive me if I'm mistaken, but didn't all the legacy auto just finally agree that all the ICE cars sitting in the dealerships unsold, some of them for the last 2 years, and with, in some cases, 2 years further supply, needed to be reduced in price to get the market moving again? Just how are they going to react to being told that any new cars they make now will be $3,000 dearer? It's calculated that GM will lose almost 1/4 of their entire gross profit from the tariffs alone, and Ford about 15%. It's looking like an option to just close and shutter the factories for the entire Trump presidency, then hope for a different president in 2028 and hopefully start production once again, might actually be a viable tactic. Probably not quite what Trump envisaged. These are horrendous figures, but it gets worse. Before the Model Y became the best-selling car in the world, that spot was held by someone that Trump seems to have totally overlooked. Should I whisper it? Toyota. With their Corolla and RAV4. Or how about Honda Civic or the Mazda 3? See, Trump seems not to have realised that the best-selling cars, not pickups, but cars, are Japanese or Korean, like the Kia Rio or the Forte. But hang on, those are already covered because Toyota has a factory or 2 in Canada and the same in Mexico. So he's actually already imposing tariffs on cars from Japan without even knowing about it. Is that sheer genius? Well, apart from the fact that Toyota is the second most indebted company on the planet, what are they going to do when those cars will have to attract a 25% tariff? Oh, hold on. America will become great again. Simply start making these small cars themselves. Let's see. General Motors and their list of small cars. Look it up on Google. Their smallest is... Actually, this is embarrassing. They don't make a small car anymore. Maybe that's why Americans bought Corollas and Polos and Mazdas and Kias and Hyundais and VW Jettas. Maybe America long ago stopped making small family runaround cars. No, surely not. Let's look at Ford. Surely they still make small cars. Yeah, one. The Escape at $30,000. This is truly sad. It's not even that small. Well, if tariffs are applied and any Escape parts are made anywhere else in the world, that will get dearer and the American buyers will have no alternative to paying the higher prices. Or will they? They can buy a Tesla. Made in the US of A, no tariffs, but no subsidies. List price $42,000, bit below the US average price of a new car. Pre-tariffs of $47,000. That average price could rise to $50,000 with the price of parts rising due to tariffs, making a Model Y affordable at $45,000. Strange world we live in. In the UK, we will likely feel the impact far less. We'll probably escape tariffs altogether. With an increasing number of us now salary sacrifice leasing, it is still going to be the cheapest car you can get for the foreseeable future. If you can get a salary sacrifice deal, grab one while you can. And if your boss doesn't offer one, get in touch with a suitable company and put them in touch with your boss. They'll do the rest. Octopus, British Gas, GridServe, just about everyone does it. And don't listen to all the neggies, those jealous people who think a salary sacrifice deal is somehow cheating. If you get a brand new EV half price through your employer and you drive around in a brand new EV paying half what you used to pay for a used petrol car, tell them to mind their own business. Or better still, tell them to talk to their employer, if indeed they actually have one. Well, heading back to Auto Trader, there's an absolute mass of EVs up there with really ridiculous prices. But I still do not believe that they are the ones you should go out and grab. First, they are probably 1 or 2-year-old models, and unlike Teslas, they will be old tech and old batteries. And with many legacy auto not offering much in the way of over-the-air update, that's an overstatement, that what you buy is what you will be stuck with. Auto Trader advertises a 23 registered Corsa with delivery miles for only $14,990. That sounds like an absolute bargain, but check out my best 6 brand new budget EVs for under 25k. My top choice for me personally is the Fiat Grand Panda, 21k brand new. This is a brand new 2025 model, stunning spec, performance and range, loads more space, will hold its value for more and far longer. Sorry, but these pre-registered EVs, they're okay. At the right price, they're worth the money, but you'll get an old car at an old spec. It'll have an old second-hand value, particularly once the things like the Fiat Grand Panda and the Renault 5s and the Citroën EC3s come off leases in 2 or 3 years' time. And if you think you can get a real bargain Merc to impress your neighbour, that's going to take a lot of searching. The auto trade market is really for those who just want a real budget price. They're not worried about what it is they actually get. They want an EV, just got to be cheap. These are ideal if you commute 10 miles a day. You never go any further, in which case any EV will do that, especially if you can charge at home. But be prepared to hang on to it for a long time. They are new. They do come with new warranties, so there's some security there. But be careful, the EV world has moved on several generations in the last few years alone. Ask yourself a question, would you buy an Apple iPhone 6, brand new, from Apple, with warranty for 500 quid? The answer to that, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but the answer to that is probably the same answer as should you buy one of these budget discounted EVs off Auto Trader. There is turmoil in the world, but the world does go on. It's no good panicking and basing decisions on what someone 3,000 miles away, totally way out of reach, who has no direct control over your life, allowing them to ruin your life. If you need a car, just go and buy one. If that car is an EV, go and get an EV. If you just want a real budget EV, try Auto Trader. If you have access to a salary sacrifice deal, take it. See, America will sort itself out somehow, sometime, and there's nothing you and I can do to help it or hurry it along in any way whatsoever. All those of you out there who think you can influence Trump or any of the multi-billionaires in what they're going to do will find they have about as much luck as King Canute. And you youngsters, you're going to have to look that one up. It's about as likely as being bitten by a lettuce. Trump will do what Trump does. Multi-billionaires will always do what multi-billionaires do. Until history shows us that one day when the people en masse will say, enough is enough, no more. Think British Empire, French Revolution, Roman Empire, Ottoman Empire, Genghis Khan, Berlin Wall, Egyptian Empire, all now gone. Eventually. I'm Dave.